Welcome to Dragonball Speak, a show where we summarize and review every episode of Dragon Ball Z 3 episodes at a time and rate them each on a scale of 1 to 7 stars. We're available on Spotify, YouTube, and iTunes. We upload every single Monday, most Mondays.
Yeah.
I'm one of your hosts, Brandon.
And I'm Wesley.
And this is Dragon Ball Speak, episode
18.
Nice. All right. So episode 52, past and future is what it's called. Why is it called that?
Is it called I wrote
The
down.
it is the past and future.
Okay, that threw me off for some reason.
Why is it called that?
I'm trying to see it.
It's not. There has nothing to
wait.
do.
No, is it because King Kai knows who Frieza is?
Could be.
There's no answer.
No, I'm actually asking.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
why it's called that.
I thought this is like a trick question.
No trivia.
I was like, I don't know.
I was thinking afterwards. I was like, why is it called that?
Yeah,
There was no past or future. It was
Yeah.
just current.
that is weird. Yeah.
But it was called "Listen to Me, Goku." Hands off, Frieza in Japanese. But I guess they changed that to the past and future.
That's a weird. That doesn't even. The Japanese title doesn't even really. Hands off Goku.
Hands off, Frieza. Keep your hands off, Frieza.
Okay, that's fair, I guess. Yeah.
So yeah, we open up and we got the four Z Warriors on King Kai's planet,
Yes.
talking to Goku again like they were at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
And then they kind of like summarize the current situation, or Goku does for King Kai on Namek, and he's saying Vegeta's there, everyone's screwed, like we don't know what to do, so he's training. And then he says there's someone there that's even stronger than Vegeta. And so King Kai goes, "You didn't catch his name, did you? Was it Frieza?"
Mm-hmm.
And Goku is like, "I don't know." So King Kai looks, because he can do that, and he realizes that it is Frieza.
Man, he's real scared.
Yeah, and he is pooping himself. And
Yeah.
so he tells Goku, "No matter what, trust me when I say you cannot beat this guy. Stay away, or else everything's going to get a lot worse. He'll follow you. It's just, he'll haunt you forever," whatever he said. So that is interesting.
Yeah.
So he's notorious enough to where King Kai knew about him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's strong enough to where Goku doesn't have a shadow of a chance.
Yeah. Which is pretty crazy.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, and King Kai, he's very aware of Goku's current limitations,
Yeah.
given that just trained him. So that tells us that we're going to have a sticky situation ahead of us.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Vegeta thinks he can beat Frieza, even though Goku beat Vegeta, and Goku has no chance against Frieza.
To be fair, I would say from the feats that we've seen now,
True, yeah,
I would
Vegeta
say
would
that
probably
Vegeta
beat
would probably smoke. Vegeta would have smoked Goku to begin with, if not for the help that Goku had.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I get your point. Well, I guess we'll see. But yeah, Vegeta right now, I guess not anymore, but
Yeah.
with the rampage that he was on, in one word, how would you rate these 3 episodes?
These are like some of my favorite we've had in a long time. Like
Really?
all three. Like,
They were 3 good
yeah, I was
episodes,
gonna say
man.
3 really good. We haven't had like a trio of
I
like
know.
greatness.
It
in a
felt
minute.
really good. There was
Yeah.
very few moments where it felt slow or
Yeah, the only time I even
annoying.
felt slow was just the last episode, and it wasn't like bad. I was just like
it was a little bit slower overall. Yeah,
Yeah.
less fast paced in general.
catching up with everybody.
But we still it was still really good.
Yeah, no, I loved it.
That wasn't one word, but that's okay. I appreciate the.
Oh, true.
No. One word is too limiting.
Yeah.
I just didn't want us to get called out in the comments for that.
True. The I did have a question for this episode.
Yeah.
So, the gravity on Kai's planet like doesn't matter anymore or affect the 4, because that was like the whole thing with Goku was like the gravity.
They mentioned it.
Did they? Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, and that's why they were walking so slow, chasing the monkey at first.
Oh, it just seemed to have like such a lesser effect on them. But I guess
I
it's 'cause
think
we already know.
they glossed over it a little more,
Yeah.
but no, they did explicitly mention the gravity.
No.
I think Tien said or Yamcha said something about
That's
it
right,
being
actually,
difficult.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, but seeing as how these 4, at least the 3 of them besides Piccolo, are not anywhere near as strong as Goku was when he fought Vegeta, they should
Yeah.
probably be struggling a lot more.
Yeah.
But supposedly they got past Snake Way even faster than Goku did, so
Yeah.
who knows? I would imagine that's just because they have the 4 of them motivating each other.
And they didn't get stuck in filler.
And they didn't have to battle
Race.
Princess Snake.
Yeah, and race 2 trolls and
Oh, yeah, get stuck in hell.
yeah.
Home for infinite losers.
Yeah.
So what happens next?
All the stuff on Kai happens, and it's like they have to make Kai laugh, which
Oh,
I actually
right.
didn't hate. I thought I was gonna hate
I
it,
loved it.
but I
dude.
actually like really had
It
a
was
good time.
dude, the payoff. So first, Goku argues with King Kai that he has to collect the Dragon Balls. So he's saying, "I'm probably gonna have to deal with this Frieza guy one way or another," because we know that Goku's. Yeah, we basically know. Just because we know these gears are turning, we know that Goku and Frieza practically have to interact.
Yeah, exactly.
At somehow, on some level, if these Dragon Balls are in play. So King Kai continues to warn him. Even with that in the picture, he's like, "Don't go anywhere near him."
Yeah.
But yeah, Piccolo says, "Don't listen to King Kai and bring them back to life." You know, being who he is. Goku being excited to hear from Piccolo, I think, is cool because they're clearly not enemies anymore. And then Piccolo says, in the meantime, they're going to train with King Kai. Yeah, so I love this this joke thing because we know Goku had to do it. I don't remember what joke Goku said.
I don't either, but I think it was a pun.
It was yeah, he loves puns. So, but God, the fact that we didn't even have to hear Yamcha and Chiaotzu say a joke because knowing their personalities,
Yeah, we know
they're at least Yamcha is like funny and goofy.
Yeah. No, I
But
immediately knew that Tien and
The fact that Tien and Piccolo
were gonna struggle.
Oh my God, it's so funny. And
It was awesome.
they made it with Tien trying to tell him a joke. It was so dramatic. It was set up
made it
exactly like a fight.
Yeah, it was. He was like, "Do this," and he's like, "I know you can do it."
And the drop of sweat
Yeah.
rolling down
And he was, like,
and
screaming
the
it.
music. Yeah.
No, it was sick.
Oh my God, it was so
It
dramatic.
was a
I
nice
love
little
that.
flip.
Yeah, and then he said, "The tuna can't tune a piano, but you can tune a fish." Vice versa.
Did you catch all that?
Yeah.
You can't turn up your head. Yeah,
It was so intense. And he laughed. And then the payoff later with I'm skipping ahead, but the payoff later
Yeah, with
where
Piccolo.
Piccolo says he doesn't want to deal with all this monkey business, unintentionally making King Kai laugh. Oh,
I love
dude.
that Piccolo was just like, "Whatever, this is stupid. I'm just gonna train on my own."
Right.
He's
Oh,
like, I
yeah.
don't need to do this.
Yeah, he's meditating.
Yeah.
Why was Tien trying to hit Bubbles with the hammer when that's what they do with Gregory? That was my question.
No idea.
Anyway,
They forgot about Gregory.
yeah. Well, he's mentioned him. Gregory's not canon anyway, so
Yeah.
because he's stupid. Krillin senses Vegeta approaching quickly because we see Vegeta. He's looking around and then he feels Krillin's power level, and Dende, and so he's like he starts going after them. But as soon as Krillin and Dende hide, Vegeta gets distracted by somebody else's power,
Zarbon.
and it's Zarbon, who I actually really like. First
Yeah.
off,
Yeah, he's cool.
yeah, he's really cool because he's like this almost flamboyant, like handsome
Yeah.
alien.
He's like a classic like evil bad guy from anime. Like,
His voice, yeah, I know, right?
ooh.
Yeah.
And then and we find out later in the next episode.
Yeah, so we find out he's not so handsome.
But I thought that this fight was gonna go differently. I thought
Did you think it was going to be another
Well,
curb
'cause
stomp?
they did like the same kind of shot where like Zarbon's flying away.
And then
and
they
then I
clash
thought-
like this?
Well, I thought Vegeta was just gonna do the obliterate thing.
Oh,
while he was
yeah,
flying
yeah.
away.
So I think that was probably intentional.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then
Uh-huh.
they did like a lot of it was cool seeing like all the phasing or whatever it's called in the show that they zip out of.
I don't know that it specifically has a name, but
Yeah.
it's just showing how fast they're
That's
fighting.
like that is one thing I've known about Dragon Ball Z.
It's
It's
a
like that's the thing they do.
Yeah,
we haven't
the
seen much of it yet, but they were using it like the way that I've known about it, like from fighting games on like GameCube and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like they were using it in the show that same way, where it's just like over and over.
Yeah, they're finally using it right. I forget what fight it was that we watched where it was super awkward.
It was the one that
Was it Raditz?
It was supposed to be he's going fast, but it just looked like he made multiple
weird.
versions of himself
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
I think it was.
That's what I mean when I say they're finally finding their stride with this
Yeah.
stuff.
And then I thought that he was kicking his butt, but it turns out he wasn't doing so much because he gets him to the ground.
He was kicking his
Yeah, he
butt.
defeats
For
Zarbon.
sure. Practically, yeah.
And then, well, you think he's kicking his butt, and then Zarbon's laughing, and it turns out didn't really do much.
Mhm.
Like maybe some surface damage. And then he like teases.
Yeah, so
Vegeta.
they do have this banter right beforehand, kind of similar to the Dodoria stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but he's like, now I know that Frieza fears Saiyans, basically. And Zarbon laughs, and he's like, yeah, he feared the entire millions of them, not just one. But, yeah, the episode does end with Zarbon laughing on the ground. So we kind of get the sense that
Something's
it's not over yet,
Yeah.
right? And what else was in this episode? Oh, Goku moves up to 50 Gs from 30, which is like, if you think about this, in 2 Gs, I would weigh more than 400 pounds.
He would theoretically be dead.
In 10 Gs, I would weigh over a ton.
Yeah.
Like, that can't be good for your joints.
The pressure of the gravity would
on your organs.
Just he'd be done. But
no, but he's got so much muscle.
That muscle's so strong. The pressure's not
his,
even touching his organs.
Yeah, exactly. So realistically, because yeah, dude, 10 times you would weigh over a ton.
Yeah.
So 50 times you weigh over 5 tons.
Oh my god.
That's math. Okay, so moving on to
episode 53, Zarbon.
Yeah,
surprise. Is it Zarbon or Zarbot?
Zarbon with
I was
an
writing
N.
both because I
Zarbot.
couldn't figure it out. I mean,
No,
that starts off. It goes right back to the fight.
Yeah, Guru's gift. You mean? Oh no.
No, Zarbon.
Oh, we're on Zarbon surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, damn.
So it
we
goes
went through
back
2
to the
episodes
fight,
already.
and it's basically picking up right where we left off, where Zarbon's saying like he's been holding back.
Yeah.
And he talks about how like he's so handsome or pretty or whatever on the outside, and then
Beauty is only skin deep, baby.
Yeah. I thought he was like gonna go Super Saiyan or something, because that's the only thing I really know that someone could hold back. Because like I mean I don't know. Like I definitely
Speaking
didn't
of which,
expect him.
we heard that term in the next episode.
Yeah, I know, it was sick.
Anyway.
But so I thought he was gonna go Super Saiyan, which doesn't necessarily make sense. But that's the only thing I know someone can become. I didn't realize that you could go to big and ugly dude. I don't even know what he turned into, but it was sick.
It's a Super Zarbon.
Super Zarbon.
I made that up.
And he's just big, and then he just really messes Vegeta up.
Oh
like,
my god!
Just immediately starts
Dude,
pounding him.
trashed him.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Again, we see blood like after like shot number 2.
So let me break this down. This fight. After this transformation, Vegeta's starting to realize he bit off more than he could chew, right?
Yeah.
So he's getting his head bashed in, and there's blood spraying, and he's getting these knees to the stomach and these crazy kicks, and he's doing he gets like choke holded from behind, and he's trying to dig the elbows in, but try as he might. I love this fight because we know that Vegeta is bad, but for whatever reason, you want him to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. Well, it's because like Frieza's worse. Like
because we know, right? Because we
evils.
exactly like
yeah,
exactly. So it's almost like enemy of an enemy kind of thing.
And Zarbon being like the classic like ooh guy. Like I just want him to like get wrecked because I know he's like the bad guy.
Right. Yeah. So Vegeta's cockiness, we knew had to come to an end at some point, and up until this point, he has been effortlessly destroying everything.
I
in his
definitely
path.
didn't think this was how this was gonna go.
Really?
I really thought he had this in the bag.
You thought it was going to be another Dodoria situation?
Yeah, maybe not even that, but I definitely didn't think he would come out losing.
Yeah, this is a bit of a subversion because they specifically set it up so you would think that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit, this guy's actually really strong because Vegeta just got, it
Right.
was almost no contest.
Yeah.
He got destroyed that bad.
He did nothing basically.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nothing. Yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly.
And in between, we keep cutting back to this is when we're cutting back to Kai. This is the monkey.
King Kai's planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
So
chasing them.
that was
Bubbles.
not great, but
We did get a Tienderized joke.
yeah, that was awful. So we learned that Namek has 3 sons. So that's the narrative explanation for why we're not seeing this day-night cycle, which actually I think helps in the storytelling because we know Goku's arriving in 6 days, but they don't want to have to
keep up with like
exactly
keep
up with the timeline. So it's almost like narratively it makes it a lot easier on the writers and us.
Yeah. They can take as long as they want.
Exactly. So it's gonna exactly. So we cut to some really good training with Goku. We actually get some cool training with him, I think. And then we immediately switch to some bad training with Tien and them on the on King Kai's planet. Yeah. King Kai has this Spider-Man 1 moment with his lunch tray catching all of his food after Tien hits it with a hammer.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of silly. Weirdly enough, this whole sequence was not super well animated, but something that stood out to me as being incredibly well animated was when, this is the most, no one's even going to remember this happening, but when Yamcha stepped on Piccolo's turban.
Oh, and it,
when it flew off and it stepped on it, I was like, man, that looks really
good.
good.
The shape of the foot.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I for whatever reason that impressed me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, King Kai turned into Spider-Man for a second. Which, speaking of which, in Spider-Man 1, when he's dragging a lunch tray by a spider web, walking out of the cafeteria, I feel like that means like that his classmates would know that he's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
like they would see Spider-Man on the news and they'd be like, "Do you remember that one time Peter
Had
was
the-
had a spider web come out of his wrist?"
Yeah, we just those movies exist.
Yeah,
You can't rewatch them these days.
I want to rewatch them. I wonder if they hold up.
I rewatched 2 and it's still good, but it does not. It's not like
Ooh,
what everybody thinks is like incredible.
that's a bad.
It's
take.
not even like my favorite Spider-Man movie anymore.
What's your favorite Spider-Man?
Movie that I'd probably my favorite one.
Favorite
to
Spider-Man
watch,
movie, not actor, not any, yeah.
My favorite one to
Spider-Man
watch
movie.
is probably. I'm gonna get wrecked for this, but Amazing
don't.
Spider-Man 2.
God, what?
Because the Peter Parker and
Oh my God.
like I just love Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker. The Electro and Goblin is all
But
messed up.
the writing is
Doesn't-
bad.
Not the Peter Parker writing. Even the Spider-Man writing is great. It's every time
Peter
they put
Parker
Electro.
writing.
Yeah, when he's with what's her? I can't remember. I keep wanting to say Mary Jane, but it's not Mary Jane. Gwen
Gwen
Stacy.
yeah.
She's like trying to go off to college, and he doesn't want her to. And there's spoilers, but they have like a little breakup
dies.
and that too. Yeah, they do a lot to surprisingly. That moment seems like it comes out of nowhere, but they do a good job of like building their relationship up for it to matter. Unfortunately, Electro and Goblin are in the movie for some reason, and there's a dubstep and Itsy Bitsy Spider. And
Dude, you're gonna get destroyed.
I don't even care
for
But-
that. That is the worst opinion. That's like saying
No.
Spider-Man 3 is the best Spider-Man.
No, that Spider-Man 3 being the best Spider-Man would be like saying that.
True. That's okay. That's
Homecoming's probably the best Spider-Man.
That's my
movie.
favorite. Yeah. Far From Home, not good.
But I've
That's a
I've
hot
said this
take.
since day one of Andrew Garfield's movies being over. Like I like that Spider-Man, and they're not doing great work with Tom Holland lately. I don't like Far From Home, and I don't like what they're trying to do with Spider-Man. But
yeah, that post-credit scene in Far From Home is not my.
yeah,
The movie in general, not good.
check out our Spider-Man Speak.
Spider-Man
podcast coming soon.
Speak. Yeah, leave all that in.
Oh, I will.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So there goes 7 minutes.
Sick.
Vegeta lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he does this crazy pile driver. Zarbon does to Vegeta where he's like hugging him and he's flying straight down really fast and then lets go at the last second
Yeah.
and he's just and there's an explosion and yeah, he's out.
And he's in water.
Yeah, I love that. Like there's this crater and then the water like starts flowing in. So he's like, even if he wasn't already dead, now he's just gonna drown. So
Yeah.
so he's pretty positive that he's dead. We know he pays for that later.
We jumped to Guru, but we might as well finish the Vegeta stuff real quick because basically all that happens is there's a weird shot of a bird flying to the water, and then
That's actually next episode.
no, it's not. I wrote it here because I even put why did Vegeta drown that bird? It's at the end of the episode.
Okay,
Um,
I won't argue.
yeah,
You take better notes
he's
than
like
me.
standing there, or you see water, and then a bird flies down, and then Vegeta's hand grabs up, and I guess he just drowns the bird, and you're like, oh, maybe he's gonna fly up with the bird, maybe something, but no. Then we just see Vegeta crawling onto
Oh,
water.
you're right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We see him crawling onto water, and I guess he just wanted to drown the bird.
I don't know what's up with the bird.
He just straight up drowned that
He
bird.
killed that bird.
And
but-
Vegeta gets up and he crawls out of the water, and he's basically right back where he was at after losing to Goku. Where
I
he's
think
like,
that was another
when I
intentional
heal,
reference.
I'll be back even stronger. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, bro, you're just a cocky little ass. Like you're not.
You just got boned.
Yeah, and you're like, you've only made me stronger. And it's like, okay, dude.
Well, if he does heal, we know. So we
Yeah.
do know that it is an actual ability of Saiyans now
Yeah.
to become stronger if they come back from a near-death experience.
He's just not seeing.
which
the
is
cycle.
why he was so much stronger after fighting Goku.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
Um,
swears to obtain vengeance.
Yeah, and that's where the episode ends. But we did jump past the Guru stuff just so we could finish up Vegeta's little section. So basically, our crew, Krillin and Dende, are flying, and they go right to Guru's house, which is the elder or grand elder.
Yeah, I think Grand Elder Guru
Yeah.
is his title, I guess.
And so they get to this cool looking house on top of this spire looking thing, and a really really strong Namek comes out because Krillin's like, that's like the strongest Namek I've seen.
Says he
here.
looks like Piccolo and he's different than the others. Yeah.
And so
His
they
name is
go
Nail.
inside, and oh yeah, we get to see Guru here too, right?
Yeah, briefly, I think.
Yeah, he basically calls them up to like the second floor, and they float up, and they see Guru, and he's a big boy.
He's big. He's big,
He's
bro.
big.
He's
And he's
extra
got-
thick.
He's got a Dragon Ball up above his head,
Mhm.
the 1 star.
Mm-hmm. So,
And we all we know of him is that he's dying soon, because like they're like, why don't you move him? He's in the middle of like a really bad area.
Dude, did you notice how good the music was in these episodes?
it was sick.
Especially when Goku and Zarbon or Vegeta and Zarbon
Music's
were fighting.
been great, like all. Lately.
Yeah, all just that's what I'm saying, bro. But I noticed in this episode, I think Dende. I noticed last time we recorded. I think Dende is voiced by the person who voiced Chi-Chi when she was a kid in Dragon Ball.
That'd be really cool.
And then I also think that the voice of Nail is the voice of Tien. And I also think that
Voice of
Nail, the
lizard.
the the guy we just saw,
Namek,
the strong Namekian. And then I think Guru's voiced by Christopher Sabat.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, because he just sounds like a fat old All Might.
Yeah.
Piccolo.
I was gonna say that's the same guy for sure.
Yeah. Did you know did I ever tell you Yamcha's voiced by Vegeta too?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's up, guys?
He does a pretty good job hiding that. I've never even because like Guru, I was immediately like, oh, it's the same dude.
Yeah.
But that's because Christopher Sabat so far is either All Might or Vegeta.
True. I mean, yeah. True. And Yamcha, but yeah.
Now I know that.
And then I told you Goku's King Kai as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did tell you that. That's the most impressive
crazy.
one to me
Yeah.
because King Kai is like the worst.
Got an accent, like a lisp.
I don't know what
and
he
a
has.
whole different way of talking. And
I don't know how he does that.
what's his face nails it.
It's really terrible.
These guys were getting paychecks.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I guess actors, you know.
Yeah.
Episode 54, Guru's Gift.
Which we don't even really.
Yeah, we do. So,
Oh.
well, you can interpret it two ways, right?
That's true. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so first off, Krillin explains to Guru the backstory of the Dragon Balls on Earth and Vegeta, some Vegeta stuff.
The whole Kame stuff.
But yeah, and so but one continuity error here is that we know that Kami isn't actually his name. It's just his title because he's the Guardian of Earth. Kami actually literally means God, so he's like the God of Earth, basically. So that's not his name, and we actually learned that earlier, but Guru refers to him as Kami, so that's
probably just for us.
Right, yeah,
like,
I get
the
it.
same guy.
But he's actually nameless. And then what was the context of the Super Saiyan name drop here for Guru? Did he say
Oh, he's just saying.
Oh, whoever defeated Piccolo must have been a Super
yeah,
Saiyan.
and then
Or caused Kami's death is what he was
basically
referring
is just
to.
like saying you couldn't have done that unless you're a Super Saiyan. Like anyone that defeats him is like must be a Super Saiyan.
Right. Krillin explains the history. He says that Kami came from the Dragon family, Dragon clan, which means that he had the power to create Dragon Balls, right? So there are different types of Namekians, different families, I guess you could say.
House Dragon.
Guru agrees that this Saiyan must be horrible indeed, referring to old Vegeta. And then Krillin asks Guru what a Super Saiyan is, and then Guru just doesn't tell him.
Yeah.
And he just says, "Come beside me so I can
He's like, let me look
examine your past," right?
Yeah.
And so he sees the we already knew this from Dragon Ball if you watched it, like you should have. But we already knew that Kami split his good and evil halves into two different beings.
And the evil is
Yeah, and then Guru says that had they been one, they never would have had this Saiyan situation to begin with.
There wouldn't have even been a
right.
question,
Apparently, it would have, which is Krillin is surprised by that.
And it ends with Guru being like, "Okay, I trust you." You're
right. So Guru now knows that Krillin's intentions are pure. He gives him the Dragon Ball,
which is the Guru's gift. Yeah.
Right, and well, I actually think that refers to this next part where.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Guru tells Krillin. Blah, blah, blah. So first off, a couple other things. This Guru's gonna die in a few days, in which case the Dragon Balls aren't gonna be usable anymore. So the Dragon Balls are gonna disappear with him, and then he needs all 7. If he cannot gather all 7 to make a wish, then neither will Frieza or Vegeta. So Krillin basically has to guard this one with his life because it's either someone makes a wish or it times out.
Makes a wish, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that our crew was here to like save the 4.
Right. It's kind of easy to forget.
I'd been so caught up in them just like escaping.
It became way more complicated than we ever thought it would be.
And then they were like, "Oh, here's a timer so that you can save your friends." And I was like, "Oh yeah, he's got friends to save.
We gotta save these guys that are dead." And then we get this weird. We get this Guru telling Krillin that he's great inner strength within him that is yet to be unlocked. So we get a huge power up on Krillin, or so it seems. His potential being unlocked, which is something that Guru was able to do for him.
Yeah.
And Krillin can tell that he's different. He can tell that something's different here. As far as we know, Krillin got this power up. He asked if Gohan can get it as well, and then Guru says basically probably. And we move on to Zarbon, catching up with him.
Yeah. So Zarbon goes back to Frieza, and
Yeah, how'd you feel about this scene? Was it interesting to you? Or?
yeah, no, I liked it. Yeah, basically Frieza's like, or Zarbon tells him he took out Vegeta, and Frieza's like being extra careful, and is like, did you check? Make sure. He's like, I mean, he's definitely done. So I didn't go and check his pulse, but he's done. He's like, it would need a 1 in a million chance to survive, and Frieza's like, cool. So you actually don't know.
Not only that, but he's already annoyed because he knows that Vegeta is a valuable asset, at least in terms of information, because he's been doing his own thing.
Yeah.
But then the weird orange looking minion, I guess his name was Orlan. Not that it matters.
That was a new guy.
Yeah, we hadn't seen him.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. He stumbled upon Vegeta's village. There was one guy barely alive, and then he kills him after he says that a Saiyan took the Dragon Ball. Which is funny because if he hadn't killed him, he probably would have found the Dragon Ball. Yeah. And then he flies. He comes into the room and then tells Frieza this, who's like, okay, so you killed the only witness.
Yeah.
Kills this guy
and
because he killed the only witness.
We have nothing now.
And then he's even more upset with Zarbon because it's like, you may have killed Vegeta, who's the only person who knows where that Dragon Ball is.
Yep.
Which is when you don't have a dragon radar, which they don't, is a huge deal because they could be there for who knows how long.
Meanwhile, Frieza ices the.
Oh yeah, he just basically looks in his direction and the
gives him the old
is
zap.
Super dead. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he tells Zarbon like, "That's gonna be you soon if you don't. If Vegeta's dead, like that's you soon.
Yeah, you're screwed."
So Zarbon is actually we don't actually see him go back and get Vegeta, do we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we see him grab him. I mean, I know we see him like in the tank later, but
no, we see him literally. He flies to Vegeta right when Vegeta passes out. I think that may have been in the previous episode.
I must have been taking a note or something, but
yeah, it's a whole scene. So he hits the ground. He grabs Vegeta by the wrist and is like, "Lucky, I'm lucky that you're alive, but unfortunately, you're not so lucky that you're alive."
Weird.
Flies away with him.
I completely missed that.
Yeah. See, when I'm taking notes, I'm like doing this.
Yeah, I tried to, but this episode I actually was taking like a lot of notes, and there was one that I was trying to do math. I was trying to make like a Dragon Ball count, keeping up with like where they all are, because I kept getting confused for some reason.
So Krillin has the one.
Krillin has one.
Vegeta hit one, and Frieza has 5.
For some reason in my mind, I kept trying to add them up to 6, even though I knew there's like 7. I'm like, that's 7. Why is there an extra Dragon Ball?
Oh,
yeah, I spent too much time on that.
Well, regardless, so Zarbon does find Vegeta, who is passed out.
Yeah, but before he leaves, Frieza tells him that while you go do that, I'm gonna call the Ginyu forces, which I don't know of.
You've never heard that?
I
was curious.
It sounded familiar, but like I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically Zarbon's like, you don't need to do that. Like, we're fine. And it sounds like the Ginyu force is a big deal.
Right, because Zarbon flies away, and he's like, he's not taking any chances.
Yeah, he's being extra careful, and they'll arrive in 5 days. And they also sound like they don't really have like discretion, because Zarbon's like, they're gonna destroy this place, and Frieza's like, whatever, we need them.
Yeah, we cut to which is funny. Frieza has this little inner monologue about the Saiyans being perhaps like more of a thorn in his side than he ever would have thought. And, and as he's like contemplating how he wants to finally eliminate them, it cuts to Goku snoring.
Yeah,
because he's asleep while he's training, and then he decides he needs to keep training really hard.
Yeah.
And then lastly, not lastly, but almost lastly, Gohan and Bulma. Gohan's training a little bit. Bulma's sitting there, and she's like, "Why is this one Dragon Ball here by itself?" She sees the one Krillin has coming towards them. She sees the 5, so she notices the one that Vegeta hid, and Gohan's like, they decide maybe Vegeta didn't find it.
Yeah.
So Gohan's like, I'm gonna go get it. So he
dashes off.
Yeah. So he dashes off with the Dragon Radar, and then lastly we cut to
Vegeta in his back to tank.
In the back to tank. Yep. So he's healing up.
And Zarbon's just saying.
Zarbon's just like, I can't wait for you to be better so I can torture you.
Yeah. And then that's where the episode ends.
But yeah, the thing is, like, we literally know from the previous episode, from what Vegeta said to himself, was that
he's gonna be stronger.
Anytime
and he's ready to fight Zarbon. He's gonna come out of the tank and go like,
who knows?
It's gonna be dope.
We just know that he's coming back stronger. That's all we know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Real quick, so Zarbon is voiced by Christopher Sabat.
Cool.
Which is interesting.
Oh wait, what? Oh yeah, that is interesting,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I see Guru's also Christopher Sabat, like we said. Dende's Laura Bailey. Did we know that name?
Yeah, that's what's her face,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. So this must have been her in like the beginning of her career.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, Laura Bailey. And then
wait, this is like, this is the early 2000s. Yeah, that's like,
it had to been early for her. And then Nail is Sean Schemmel. So which I said Nail was. Who did I say he was?
Chi-Chi.
No, that's Dende.
You said Christopher Sabat.
Yeah. Oh, did I? So Nail is Sean Schimmel. But yeah, interesting. I didn't realize it told me the voice actors at the bottom.
Interesting.
Ririn's astonishing power up. Yeah. So that's that. I like I said, dude. This narrative snowball is going, bro.
I also never put together the fact that Vegeta's looking for Nameks. Like that's what he's like sensing for is Nameks, because when he's flying around looking for more.
Mm-hmm.
And Dende is also like a Namek, so it's cool that like he might be picking up on him, and that's why they keep almost colliding.
I think it's more like you can't specifically sense that someone is a Namek or a Namekian.
Oh.
It's more like he sensed Krillin and Dende because they were flying.
Okay, well, same thing.
And the only I don't know if you can be like species specific, but I know that there's like a familiarity, like the fact that they knew that Vegeta's energy was coming from that city, or because they already knew Vegeta's energy
that
felt like
level,
right. They know what Goku feels like. They know what Piccolo feels like. But yeah, no, I mean, who knows? I'm sure there's. I know what you mean. So rate them.
Episode 52, The Past and the Future, I gave a 5 out of 7 stars.
I actually give this one a 6, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
I really liked it. Yeah, it was.
I love this stuff. So the King Kai, like, do not fight Frieza. You have to promise. I love that because that is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Because Frieza is he is present. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think the jokes were super funny for me.
Yeah, I actually surprisingly really like that spot. I even wrote I surprisingly like how seriously they're taking these jokes.
Mm-hmm. Vegeta and Zarbon starting their fight. The Goku training was fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was nothing that really.
I mean, I just great. It was just like there was no dull moments in this episode for me.
Yeah. And then episode 53, what'd you give it?
I did 5 out of 7.
I gave it a 6.
Really?
7, yeah.
I did debate because this fight is super cool.
Yeah.
And it's tight, and Vegeta losing is not what we expect.
Yeah. I just like seeing Guru and Tanderized. I mean, come on.
Yeah, greatest
Perfect.
joke. What's funny is I actually gave it a 5 instead of a 6 because of that a little bit not that one joke, but just that segment of them running around. Yeah.
No, I just really liked that fight. It was cool. It was nice seeing Vegeta get his butt kicked again.
I know, because
he's so
it's
cocky.
been a little while, and he is freaking super cocky. Yeah. So it's kind of satisfying seeing him get beat, even though it's super fun to watch just because you kind of want to see him get his ass beat. Yeah. You kind of also want him to win, but
I just want to get his ass beat a little bit before he wins.
Yeah, exactly.
And then episode 54, Guru's Gift, I gave a 5 out of 7 stars.
Yeah, I gave it a 5.
Yeah, it's just an all-around great episode inside of a trio of great episodes. Probably the last time. Let's see. Last episode I gave it was a 4.25, then a 5.3.
6. Yeah, when's the last 6 you've had?
2.1. Oh man, what are these bad ones? Oh, that's the
filler.
Yeah. The last 6 I gave was Mercy.
Oh wow.
So that's when Vegeta,
that was the end of that fight.
Yeah.
And then Krillin spares him.
And that might be the only other. No, there's another 6. Oh, actually, we've got 7s in here. Okay.
Yeah, because Goku versus Vegeta is of course a 7.
Yeah, true.
That has to be a 7.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a minute since we've had episodes this great, in my opinion.
Yeah, my last 7 was I gave a 6 on Defying Orders. I don't. Oh, that's when Goku takes off. And then
I gave that one a 3.
Friends or Foes got a 1. Look Out Below gets a 1.
My last one was a friendly surprise.
A friendly last 7 out of 7?
No, last 1 out of 7.
Oh, okay. What's your last 7? I gave Mercy a 5.
That was my 6.
Krillin's Offensive got a 4.
My last 7 was
Here in the shadows.
Saiyan-sized secret.
Yep, orgasmic is the word that I wrote.
Goku got a big old titty. He yoked. Is my first note on that episode.
Nice. Yeah, this episode is so good.
Also
Goku versus Vegeta, I got a 6 because of launch.
Yeah, I put a 6 as well. And then on episode 31, Strokes put Pokemon to shame.
Yeah, we get Kaioken times 4 in 31, so that is hype. All right. Well, anyway, that was episode 18 of Dragon Ball Speak. Join us next Monday for whatever happens next. So yeah, if you could say now one thing that you say happens next, what is it? One prediction.
Well, I don't know. The Ginyu Force is throwing me off now of my original prediction. So now I'm going to we're going to take this one step further, Avengers Endgame style. Right. So last week I said our crew is going to show up and whoop some booty. Now I'm thinking that's still going to happen. The 4 of them, Goku, Gohan, Krillin, the whole gang. And then it's going to be Frieza, but then his Ginyu forces are going to show up, and then it's going to be like a 10 versus 10 person battle.
Okay.
And Frieza's going to watch and maybe not get involved like I thought he would. I just want to see Frieza do something out of his little... I mean, I guess we got to see his feet finally this episode.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Frieza feet.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited to see him to like move a muscle when he kills somebody or does something.
Well, we just got to see him kill someone.
Yeah, but all he did is go.
Yeah, that's true.
All I've seen him do is point and go and like put his eyes together. I just want to see him like punch.
That's the terrifying thing is that he hasn't even had to lift a finger yet.
Yeah, I know. He's like Darth Vader right now, where he just uses the hand to like destroy people. I want to see him go Rogue One.
Oh shoot! Okay. All right. Well, yeah. What'll happen next? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Speak.